Quando, Rondo, and his gang were about to shoot up a movie theater.
Jimmy, that's messed up.
Is he staying in jail forever? Let's talk about it. Quando Rondo supposedly sicked his goons on their ops and is now under investigation.
This is bad. This is very bad.
Some people just don't learn. Quando Rondo has found himself in yet another situation where his so-called gangster may be put to the test.
I've got guns, that's why I'm a gangster. Yo, swag.
You think that after all the stuff he's been through already, he'd find some way to be low-key, but I guess not. Now, he's under investigation for gang-related activities.
The Rolling 60s are currently one of the largest and most violent street gangs in Savannah. That man is the leader of them.
While racking up more gang-related charges, he's being accused of potentially setting off a gang war in a movie theater.
Wait, whoa.
Court prosecutors are saying that Quando Rondo is the manager of the gang he's a part of in Savannah, Georgia. They also say they know to what extent his power goes. For his first court appearance, Quando sat in front of the judge with his lawyer to see if he can get out of jail and fight his charges on the street. We'll talk about those later. Prosecutors said nah.
Yeah, no.
They know about a situation where Quando called up some of his fellow gang members and instructed them to bring guns to a movie theater after seeing rivals. That right there makes them believe that he's a menace to society.
The calls that we have show that Mr. Bowman, while at a movie with his daughter, made a phone call to other Rolling 60 gang members and said, there are 1,100 members up here. 1,100 is the opposition. And said, bring your guns here. His words, Your Honor. That is a danger to the community.
I wonder how Quando feels about that. It's evident that Quando Rondo and his crew have been investigated for a long time. He's already in jail after getting arrested on drug conspiracy and gang-related criminal activity charges. Apparently, he was taking trips back and forth from Macon to Savannah, Georgia, bringing a variety of drugs over to possibly feed the streets. One of the charges was associated with him making drug deals over the phone. These same phones were seemingly tapped. That's how prosecutors got the info about the potential theater shooting. Quando Rondo may just be deeper in the mud than he thinks. There could be all types of stuff they heard during those phone conversations, even things he may not remember, and who knows how long they've been listening. Quando's attorneys tried to negotiate a bond without house arrest due to his frequent travel as an artist. Unfortunately, because of the movie theater situation, prosecutors believe he'll be a flight risk. Maybe his drug trafficking trips would be a factor in that as well. Either way, the presiding judge didn't make a decision in the courtroom and should be taking his time. As far as Quando is concerned, he'll just have to sit behind bars until further notice.
What are you doing?
Huh? Me? Just hanging around.
Quando Rondo is now caught up in the onslaught of indictments being passed out to a bunch of gangs across Georgia. YSL is the first organization to get arrested under a mean RICO. They were hit with a 28-count indictment that included murders, drugs, weapons, gang activity, and more. Just like Quando Rondo, YSL was caught on their phones too. And not just phone calls. Text messages and Instagram messages show Young Thug and others talking about crimes they've committed or should commit. Prosecutors even had Instagram stories of him and other YSL members taunting their opposition, especially YFN Lucci, who's also in jail under the RICO Act. But the indictments don't stop in Georgia. In New Jersey, Brooklyn rapper Casanova 2 Times got booked on a RICO too. He and his fellow blood members are accused of fraud, drugs, and other heinous crimes. He and others were also caught on their phones indulging in criminal activity. The schemes they were running during the COVID pandemic was just a page in the story of what was going on at a time where the world was shut down and the US government was providing financial aid to the nation. Casanova got 15 years in prison for everything and may have to endure 15 long years of violence after already having to cut somebody in retaliation for denouncing his gang.
Excuse me, what?
So the whole point is, your cell phone can be your worst enemy if you're doing dirt. If Quando Rondo is found guilty for any of the charges he's being accused of, he'll probably have to go through the same thing Casanova did. He's already denounced his gang after his friend was shot and killed in front of him while they rode through California. He also has a lot of pressure in the streets, whether it's from his old hood or with rappers like Lil Durk. Will he be able to stand the rain? We'll find out at some point during his court proceedings.